Go.
We all know the formula, log base m equals n. There. But does anyone really know the tale behind the formula? This is the story of Base 7, Steve Rogers. Once upon a time, two young men resided in a large city in New York called Loggy Log Town. In this town, a log of a number to a given base is the exponent to which the base must be raised in order to produce that number. Now, Loggy Log Town had two types of people living in this big, beautiful city. There were M's and bases. Bases were the number raised to the log of a designated number in order to produce the designated number. They were small, sickly, and bullied often. M's, on the other hand, were what the log is equal to. They were bullies, strong, aggressive, and always getting what they wanted. Our story begins when our base, Steve Rogers, finds out he was rejected from joining the army. Unlike other bases, he stood up for what was right, despite the trouble it often got him in. He wanted to serve Loggy Log Town in his country and stand up to the bullies out in the world. His friend Bucky, an N variable of 2, had already been deployed, and he missed him greatly. His favorite thing about Bucky was he always had the good attributes of both M's and bases. He had the brawn like an M, but was kind like a base. He was his own person, and he had been with Steve since they were kids. Walking home, disappointed and unsure what to do next, Steve encounters M49, one of his largest foes and the man who had been tormenting him since childhood. "Come on," Steve tells the larger number. "Not today, please." But of course that doesn't stop M49, and Steve is bullied and tormented all the way home. Months pass, and our base Steve still can't ignore his desires to join the army. He is slowly but surely giving up on his dream when a scientist meets him. Seeing something special in Steve, he gives him a single offer: to join the army under the condition that he take part in the super soldier experiment. Taking up his offer as quickly as one can, the scientist takes Steve away from Loggy Log Town into his lab. There, Steve undergoes a transformation and suddenly becomes bigger, faster, and stronger. He's a super soldier. He's just like Bucky now, but bigger. In fact, Bucky looks tiny compared to Steve. They both have the physical attributes of an M, but with a kind heart like a base. They can finally join the army together and fight alongside as best friends. Back in New York, M49 has moved away from Loggy Log Town. He has lost his job. He now lives with his mother, and he will die alone with 573 cats. The end.